Falcons and the Kansas City Chiefs. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou, lady.
53, Mike, 53.
And to give this time to the tailback. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
You remember me? Hey, Ripley.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, I'm coming after you. 54's Mike. Check.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for KC. 48 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
At the Falcons' 24-yard line.
Yellow. Let's go, lady.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6.
Tighten down.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete here.
Mahomes on the keeper. Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The kick by Elliott is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. The first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready. Get the flag. No chance. Mike 59. Mike 59. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Mike, check.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Let's go now. Go to base. Mike 59. Mike the 59. Not today, Mark. Not today.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Check, 59.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you up. Don't get nervous.
They toss to Freeman. Oh, spinning away. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
And it's 3rd down.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Check girls. Mike 59. Mike 59. Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day. All try. Check. 59. So we got man. Check.
Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they ddid put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Trick. Got 3.
Yellow.
Mike.
15. 53.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That's very well timed. The collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Watch the run. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4".
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the 35 on second down, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's third down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket, maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers, and their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Collins drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up fourth down. On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Taking it about the 16. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Let's get it.
Yellow. 180.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Hey, 43.
53, Mike.
Throwing on second and 8, Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Chiefs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, watch that. Watch that. Yellow. 54. Mike 54.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This is McCoy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Hey, 57, 57.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Scene 6.
Now this time Mahomes will throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And down inside the 15 he goes. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
53's the mark.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing now is Mahomes, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Right there. 54, Mike.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll look to throw here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Mike, check.
Second and 10. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Chris Jones on the stop.
I think in normal situations, most play callers would probably shelve that play in this situation. But down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with. I like the way that he took a shot and went after it.
Second and 9 now. And he whips that one incomplete there. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over in your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Back near his goal line. Here's Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's third down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they work this out past the 25. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Mahomes now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Yellow. Mike 34. Here we go, here we go.
Switch.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
You can't block me.
Hey, 1 second.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Going for the deep ball. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Ricardo Allen with a pick.
You see me out here? That's right. We can't be stopped.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Falcons.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Chiefs' 49-yard line.
Let's go now. 59.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Delta. Mike, check. 59.
Here we go.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Duck. Watch the twist.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35.
A gain of 15. First down, Atlanta.
We're back now in KC. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
3 bud. Mike's 59.
They gonna need some therapy.
Mike, take off.
Back to throw. Gets it off to Freeman. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Check 31, check 31. H3, 2, 18, chopper.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. The 30, 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
It's second down.
Mike's 59.
They'll look to throw here. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. McCoy. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On second and goal, Mahomes. Now he steps away, completes it to Hardman. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory.
Let's go, baby.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is set. Go. 59. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Let it go.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Watch out for Hill on the return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Kansas City, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.